Bailey Schneider is one of W24's Tastemakers and is joining me in studio for Women's Month. Hello.
Yay! Thank you so much. How are you?
Good, thanks. Congratulations on being one of our Tastemakers.
I am so proud of that. This is the best news.
All right, so we're here to chat about Women's Month and get to know you a little bit more.
Awesome.
Tell me, what inspires you in life? What made you want to be this media personality that you are?
I love people and I love entertaining. I love storytelling. So when I got to storytell through radio, through TV, through my blog, that just makes me super happy. I get this excitement when I switch on the microphone or when I hear "and action," or it keeps me alive.
Do you hope Vanilla Blonde inspires people to tell their own stories?
I really hope so. I want people to live their best lives, and Vanilla Blonde is very much an extension of who I am. It's a lifestyle blog, and I just hope that when people go on there, they take something away that just makes them happy.
Now, you've been venturing in videos and making video
Yes.
vlogs. What's been your most exciting experience getting behind and I guess in front of the camera? I know you do like all of it.
Right.
Now.
It's editing, it's producing, it's creating the content, and then it's not being shy, walking around with a camera permanently around, and you see everyone turning around, looking at you.
And you're just talking to
and
your
you're
camera.
just talking to yourself, and you look a little bit crazy, and just to get past that, because at the end of the day, it's 2 seconds of people seeing that, but it's actually great footage. So I'm loving it. I'm loving being able to be creative.
If you had to pick one of your many jobs to do full time,
Oh no, come on.
which one would you pick? You have to pick.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, they're all pretty much full-time and they're all hand in hand. So I do love that I'll never have to pick. But if I had to, man, so tough. But I would pick radio.
Really?
Yeah.
Radio was your first love.
Yeah. So where I first started, I've been doing it for 15 years. I absolutely love it. And, you know, it's why I'm like, because I love TV so much too. And that's something that I really want to get more and more into. But radio is the first love.
I want to talk about your Snapchat.
Yay!
You're so good on it.
Do you think so? I go through really weird phases where I will Snapchat a lot and then I won't Snapchat at all.
I do the same.
And then I'll go through all the Snapchat lens filters and I'm like, oh, I'm a bee, I'm a dog. Now I've got this crazy morphed head, and I find it more entertaining, but I sometimes think, gosh, what am I putting out there that people are watching? Do they even find this fascinating? So I'm glad to hear that you like it.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Ooh, I would love to teleport. So I could just imagine where I want to be. Oh, I'm in Croatia. Oh, I'm in Greece.
That would be amazing.
Oh, I would love to teleport.
Where would you teleport to if you could teleport right now?
New York. I've never been.
Never.
No.
You have to get there, girl.
I know. And it was meant to be our honeymoon now, but, well, we're still going on honeymoon, but long story, couldn't get the visa in time. So New York will wait for me, I think. Well, I hope so.
Where are you going on honeymoon?
We're going to Greece, London, and Switzerland.
That's going to be
I am
fabulous.
so excited. It's kind of a family trip and a honeymoon at the same time.
In the news story of your life, what would the headline read?
Wow, that, Jen, what a question. Sure, okay. Top of my head, Little Miss Sunshine is always resilient.
That's a good one.
Do you think?
How did you think of that so quickly? I'm a news reporter and I wouldn't be able to come up with mine. Now, it is Women's Month.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, what do you feel like your biggest challenge has been as a woman working in your field?
I think it's still very much a male-dominated industry, but that's definitely changed in the past few years. And I think sometimes it's just, you know, still being taken seriously and being in roles that are just as great as guys and not being a little sidekick or a side role in the industry. But that has definitely, in the past 3 years, I have gone from being seen as a sidekick to really coming into my own, or at least people taking me seriously in that way.
It's interesting you say being taken seriously, because I think a lot of people maybe take that for granted.
Yeah.
Being taken seriously.
Yeah.
Tell me about a time. I mean, you obviously don't need to tell us where or who or when, but what do you mean when you say you weren't taken seriously and you've had to kind of grow into that role?
So what I mean by that is, you know, when I first started out in radio, obviously you pay your dues, which is 100%, and I loved every step. But then there were very few women that were back then, and I mean, I've been on radio for 15 years, so back then there were very few women that were given their show.
Yeah.
They were either the news girl or the traffic girl, or there was always a sidekick role, and you weren't really taken seriously in terms of, I could anchor a show, I can host a show, I'm just as good enough as everyone else, you know. So it was that little thing, and obviously that has changed now in the past few years. So it feels good.
What advice do you have for women who want to break into our industry and they want to do what you do? What advice do you have for them?
Be genuine. Be as authentic as you can. There is no point in trying to come in and copy someone because that's done. People have seen that. So they want to see your own personality. They want to see the genuineness. And then, Little Miss Sunshine, resilience. You have to be resilient. Don't take no for an answer.